Is China a true Russian ally? Perhaps not. Given how much Russia's invasion of Ukraine is expected to cost, YouNik explores how much it is likely to cost China in this video. You may have seen some YouNik Economy videos discussing how China is already on the edge of losing the plot and breaking ties with Russia. As you can see, Vladimir Putin did not just start a massive invasion on Ukraine. He has also put a halt to China's geopolitical ambitions in Europe. China is thrilled with the Belt and Road Initiative. BRI is an instrument of neo-colonialism and geopolitical expansion for Beijing. For many years, China has been targeting the European market. And just as Beijing was starting to make significant revenue from trade with European countries, Russia chose to terminate the whole Eurasian BRI initiative. The new Eurasian land bridge is a railway that runs across Kazakhstan, Russia, and Belarus. It has developed into a vital component of the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. According to Foreign Policy, China connects to Europe through over 40 freight connections in 2017. Today, the number of lines has almost quadrupled to 78, with coverage in 180 locations across 23 European nations. As the freight corridor expanded, the value of products moved by these freight trains increased as well, from $8 billion in 2016 to $75 billion in 2021. Do you have any idea how much was carried along this route prior to the pandemic? In 2020, $50 billion was invested. As a result, the trend was ascendant, increasing by 50% during the pandemic alone. Within a few years, the corridor would have facilitated China's commerce with Europe of close to $100 billion in products. However, such plans have been dismantled. Can you guess why? To be sure, the conflict in Ukraine has put an end to China's BRI ambitions in Europe. As you may know, the West sanctioned Russia. Now, any products going via Russia risk being denied access to European markets. Companies like DHL, Volvo Cars, or Ligne Rose may no longer be permitted to export products through Russia, or may opt to do so. The issue with the new Eurasian land bridge is as follows. It traverses Russia. And it's not as though China has the ability to reconfigure the corridor. A significant portion of the project is located on Russian soil. This implies that any commodities moved across this route will lose their appeal to Europe. Net exports will account for the greatest percentage of Chinese GDP growth since 1997 in 2020. China's exports increased by 29.9% year-on-year in 2021. A significant portion of such shipments occurred through the Fear Corridor that crosses via Russia, which has now been declared inoperable. Essentially, Chinese exports are set to take a severe hit. As a result, the decline in exports will eventually result in a slowing of China's economic development. With such a decline, China's ambitions to supplant the United States as the world's largest economy would continue to falter. And this is just one facet of the difficulty affecting the BRI's Eurasia-wide expansion. On the other hand, the new Eurasian land bridge passes through a possible conflict zone. There is a good chance that the present crisis will have precipitating consequences across Eastern Europe. Even worse, the corridor may suffer physical harm. In short, Russia has delivered China a major multi-billion-dollar blow in Eurasia. If you liked YouNik video, don't forget to give a thumbs up, comment on it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.